Cheers everyone, I'm Rebecca Chance and I'm here to talk about my new book, Bad Girls, out now, a sizzling summer read full of intrigue, excitement and supermodels in rehab. Bad Girls is the story of a supermodel, a New York stripper and a London it girl behaving very badly who all end up in rehab in California together with the most gorgeous American movie star of his generation. They're all in rehab for very different reasons with different problems, and some of them shouldn't even be there at all. As they get together, explosions happen, sexual tension shoots up to the stars, and we meet a very hot doctor, which is always fun, I think. I love writing larger-than-life stories with larger-than-life characters, and what I like to do when I'm thinking about a new book is rifle through lovely celebrity glossy magazines and start thinking, what if? What if this supermodel type character met the it girl daughter of a famous rock star? I'm not going to name names for fear of being sued, but I'm sure we could all imagine exactly who I've based that character on. There are quite a few of them and they're all obnoxious. And met a sexy New York stripper and of course a movie star who's got a little bit of a Matthew McConaughey thing going on. What if? And of course after that you want to think about where would they meet? What's a really dramatic, exciting place for them to meet? And rehab is so huge at the moment. And a lot of people also going into rehab for sex addiction and a lot of diseases that people think really aren't diseases at all and all made up, but obviously allows for a great deal of drama, excitement and ego clashing. And of course opportunities for people to take their clothes off and have sex with each other in storage units in the rehab, because of course we need to have a little bit of sauce. So that's really how, with all of my bonkbusters, I start. I take larger-than-life characters, put them into situations where they're forced to get on with each other and have sex with each other and watch the sparks fly. So this book was set in California, which I visited a lot. The rehab is obviously in California because although you have rehabs like the Priory and so on in London, the weather isn't as good and people take their clothes off less. And obviously if you're trying to write sex scenes, it helps to have pools that people can jump into a lot spontaneously. So that's partly why, and partly also because it's just so much fun to travel and write down all the different experiences that you have while traveling. The last scene in the book is set in the most beautiful hotel in Venice I've ever been to in my life, called Camera delle. I've named it actually in the book in the hopes they will read it and invite me back. And they have a suite with a little balcony overlooking the Grand Canal. And it was just gorgeous. I made an awful lot of notes there and obviously, tested out the strength of the balcony for research purposes as well so that people could feel that, it was authentic. And then I just sit down and tell myself fabulous stories in front of the computer. And that's how the books get written. So right now, I'm planning my next bonkbuster. And this is sort of how I work, at least, what I was talking about before. I think about characters who capture my imagination and the public's imagination. I've got to say Cheryl Cole at the moment obviously is an entire novel in herself and only at the start of it. So Footballers' Wives and the Wags is always something that fascinates me as well because a lot of these women don't really have jobs or lives of their own, and the most fun thing for a bonkbuster is to take characters who have an awful lot and to see how they cope if it was taken away. Also, I love having a crime element in the books. In Divas, obviously there's a big courtroom scene at the end which is very dramatic. The heroine is falsely accused of killing her father. And in Bad Girls you have a running mystery. Somebody is trying to kill our central heroine, the vulnerable supermodel. And though we know it's a woman, we find that out straight away. We don't know who it is, why, or whether she'll survive. So I think that always gives quite a strong backbone to a story. Though it's not a mystery you solve, it is something that really carries you along. So there has to be a mystery in it as well, and I'm working on that right now. You've been a lovely audience. Thank you so much for listening to me. I'm Rebecca Chance. My new book is Bad Girls. Pick it up with a pink drink this summer. You won't be able to put it down, I promise.